Guys, we're back again, the Culture Reset podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're back. We're taking kind of a hiatus, but you know what we were saying. This is the one of the two of the last episodes that we're going to have for season 1 of the Culture Reset podcast.
Yes, sir.
So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, give a like, share to your friends, your family. You know how it goes. You know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. You know what the vibes.
Know the vibes.
So yeah. Hello, Queen. How are you?
Hi, Vincent. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, man. I ain't seen her for a long time.
Oh, hi, Vaser. I'm great. How are you?
I know. They heard my name already. It doesn't really matter. Call me whatever. But call me Vaso. You know what I mean? But yeah, how's it going, man? How's it been, man?
It's been good, man. I've got a lot on my plate right now. So, you know, just really busy. But, you know, getting there. Can't complain what I want to do. So, yeah. What about you?
Same over here, really. Getting locked in, getting busy. You know, end of uni as we're recording. There's a lot of deadlines and stuff like that. We still got time to record a little bit of a podcast here and there. So
yeah, we ain't got a choice, do we?
This is our life. This is our livelihood. We like to talk about topics.
Yeah,
so
we love to talk.
What further ado, let's introduce the guest that you already seen next to Aquia. Who are you?
My name is Effe.
My gosh, you need to speak louder into the mic, girl.
Okay. My name is Effe.
Say hello to the viewers, then.
Hi.
This is my cousin, guys.
Yeah.
So yes, welcome Effe to the Culture Research Podcast for the first time. How are you feeling?
I feel great.
We're glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
It's all right.
Yeah, so Effe, tell us a bit about yourself and what you do, you know, all the stuff you do, man.
Okay, so I'm 20. I go to university in an unnamed university. I study English Lit. I grew up in Accra, Ghana, and I moved here when I was 16.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What do you study?
English Lit.
She said.
Oh, she did say English Lit. Okay, cool. That's mad.
Listen to our guest, yeah? Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So anyway, yes, we're back here to talk about a topic, and interestingly that you talked about Ghana. We're having a conversation about Ghana, well, Nigeria, you know, England, you know, where we're from. So Queer, introduce the episode. What we're doing today.
So today, the episode we are having a discussion about being an African, a part of the diaspora, and being an African, a native African. So being raised in Africa.
Beautiful.
Obviously, she was raised in Ghana, but she was born in the UK. I'm from Ghana, born and raised in London.
And I'm Nigerian, born and raised in England as well.
Yeah.
But for the viewers, for someone who has never heard the word diaspora before, what does that mean to them?
Diaspora is basically, basically the, so for example, I'll just give an example to make it easier. So you have parents that have migrated to a different part of the world. You are part of the diaspora, whether that's Jewish diaspora, African diaspora, Caribbean diaspora, all of that stuff. So yeah, I am part of the diaspora, me and Vincent, because we are first, second generation Africans in a different country, part of the world. Did I explain it well? Yeah, go on.
What would you, when would someone not be a diasporan?
I guess when they're born and raised in a different country.
What does that mean to be born and raised in a different country? Because, there's people who grew up in Ghana until they were 11, and then grew up here. Would you consider them part of the diaspora, or would they just be?
I don't know. I don't think I would. Would you?
Interesting. I mean, I feel like you can claim diaspora if your formative years were in a different country.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Let me Google diaspora.
Yeah, Google it. I was actually trying to Google it, and the meaning that actually came up for me here is, well, it said for Jewish people anyway.
Yeah, they use Jews as the main diasporans, the ones that, you know, the
because they've been displaced.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, they have been.
Yeah,
it's the dispersion or spread of any people from their original homeland.
Yeah.
So there's a big African diaspora in the UK.
Yeah, basically, or another word phrase, migration. People who have migrated from their country to come to this country, and then the children of the country that they've moved from are growing up, and they are part of the diaspora.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
are the parents not part of the diaspora?
the parents are also part of the diaspora, but the children growing up, they're kind of maybe like a first or second generation. It depends on how many generations had lived in.
Are
that
you
particular-
first generation?
I'm a first generation generation
To
boy.
the nation.
Well, start with it, man.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, I'm a first generation. My mom and my dad came to Nigeria, came to the England. Came to the England.
Kids in Nigeria.
Take time.
No, my parents came to England. Like maybe like a few years just before I was born. So yeah, that's it.
My
Really.
parents came here quite young. Our parents were born in the UK, Nottingham. Was your mum born in Nottingham as well?
No.
Where was she born?
In London?
Is it?
That's interesting though, because we don't get well, to my knowledge, you don't get really a lot of like Africans who are like second generation. It's probably more like the Caribbeans.
That's okay. You see, this is why I asked the question: what would you consider diaspora? Because I don't think they would consider themselves diasporans, but like they did grow up here to an extent.
And then they moved back to Ghana and came back in like their 20s.
No, before that.
Is it?
Yeah,
When?
because my mom went to college here.
Oh, my dad went uni here as well.
Yeah, like college and uni.
So like, they are part of diaspora because they were born here.
But their formative years were in Ghana. Do you know what I mean? It's a techie word to use, I feel like.
Well,
I know that me, I'm from the
question
diaspora.
about what you would consider part of the diaspora. Would it be? Does there need to be a driving force behind them leaving, or is it just like
No,
I'm leaving because I feel like it?
no, I don't think that has to be a driving force.
I
Not
think there
necessarily.
might have to be a driving force.
Why though?
Because if there's no driving force and you're just moving for vibes, like, are you really just...
But why not?
Yeah, but you can move for
That's
vibes and you
fine.
can just
You
like
can definitely move for vibes.
Yeah.
And be a diasporan?
Yeah, because then you have children here and like, you know.
No,
The children-
I mean, no, that's not what I mean, though.
Okay, I know I'm throwing the curveball in here. Yeah, I know this sounds mad, but
Throw it.
if say like Americans, we hear a lot of Americans moving back to Ghana. Yeah, is an American
African
moving back to Ghana
Americans.
and having their children over there part of the American diaspora?
Like, African Americans.
African Americans, yeah.
Boy.
Um,
I don't think so, you know. Cause, okay, cool. Being a part of the diaspora, do you have to like? There's have to be a lot of you dispersed, like, because obviously, like, there's a lot of Africans that have moved to the
yeah,
UK. Do you know what I mean? I think it's like a dispersal of people. Like, for example, the Jewish diaspora, they were displaced. Africans have moved to the UK, moved to wherever.
So a diaspora is basically, if you want to class it, then a group of a
It
cultural
is the
background.
dispersion or spread of any people from their original homeland.
So that means then probably has to be multiple points of people.
An example of the diaspora. Diaspora describes people who have left their home country, usually involuntary, to foreign countries around the world. Examples of these include the removal of Jewish people from Judea, the removal of Africans through slavery, and most recently the migration, exile, and refugees of Syrians.
So Americans, whether they like it or not, they're part of the diaspora, isn't it?
No, they are part of diaspora.
Yeah.
They are, because obviously that you know they've been taken from their homeland to a different land.
Okay, cool. So, Effe, you said that you were born here,
yeah.
moved to Ghana,
Yeah.
and then moved back here again.
Yes, sir.
When did you move back to Ghana?
So, permanently around like 5, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom started working in Ghana, so you know she had to take me with her, and yeah.
Paint me if you can paint me the picture of like when was that
Chill.
time when you had to let's say your mom told you that, oh, Effe, we're going back to Ghana.
I must have told her she was a baby.
I
I think I got a choice.
I mean,
She's going.
I mean, you could have.
You could be going to Asda, and next thing you know, you're on a plane to Ghana.
Yeah, but if you can still picture it a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what was that
definitely.
like for you? Like, of that age?
Yeah, so I don't know whether she had a conversation with me. if she did. I don't remember that part.
I'm not gonna lie, an African mother, you're not having a conversation. You're actually 5 years old. Realistically, you're being taken.
Like I don't remember the whole lead up to the move. I don't remember being on the plane. Like I don't remember the whole process of it. But I do remember like hating it, like violently hating moving.
Violently,
because you know that feeling when you get off the plane and the heat just hits you.
that African heat.
When the heat never leaves. Fam, like it was such a different life, and also like I was the only one living in Ghana of my whole family. Like no one's ever lived there the way I did, and so. And she was like my best friend when I was a kid as well.
Besties!
So like being removed from my whole family and going to this country that I didn't really know. And at the time, like Accra today is not the Accra that I moved to. Do you know what I mean? It's changed a lot since then.
So yeah, talk to me about that Accra then.
Can I say something? Like? That must have been really hard for you because like obviously we had a very close family and all of us lived around each other as well. Yeah. We did everything together, so that must have been so hard for you to just up and go to a different country. It's like, where's my family? Where are my cousins?
Did you feel alone then?
That's what I'm saying. I think I was too young to really, because the thing is as well, when we first moved, it wasn't permanent. So we started moving around like when I was 4-ish. So I actually went to like 2 schools at the same time. So I would go to school here for like a term, go to Ghana.
How does that even work?
For the rest of the year, come back for a term.
No
and then,
way.
Yeah, for like 2 years, I went to 2 different schools.
No way, I didn't know this.
I don't think my mum like really knew whether she was permanently moving or not. I think what she thought was that she was just helping out.
Okay. In Ghana.
With grandma. But then obviously she made a decision to move permanently. So
what was that? Why did she make that decision? Like, what was it for her that she wanted to stay?
Okay. I don't know if we should be airing family.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to say everything. I want to know more about your experience.
Deep, but like,
okay.
But yeah. So it was. Obviously, I don't remember everything because I was really young. And to be honest, as a kid, I was probably loving it. Like going on planes every few months, like going from my friends here to my friends there. Do you know what? Like it must have been a good life to an extent. But I do remember like going to school, to the school that I went to. So I went to a couple of schools, and then when I finally settled in the school that I was going to for a long time, I remember crying so much because like I wasn't comfortable in the country, and the school that I went to started at 7 and ended at 5 p.m. And so like it was really hard for me to like be away from my mum for that long as well.
Was
like,
it easy to get to school around those times, like traveling to school, traveling back?
Okay, so where we lived in particular was just really far, and at the time like Accra wasn't that developed, so the roads were really, really bad. So if you want to get to school, okay, so assembly would start at like 10 to 8, but you have to get to school at like 7:30, and the roads were just really bad, honestly. Like it was dirt roads.
Traffic as well.
Yeah.
Even to this day.
Come on. I mean, Accra traffic
Traffic in Ghana is crazy, man.
Yeah. So it was tough. It was a toughie. Yeah.
But like also as well. Okay, cool. It's tough and stuff like that, yeah. What about like actually being at school itself? That whole experience, like what was that like?
What do you mean?
In terms of like, you know, being around people that like, okay, cool.
What's the difference in school?
Yeah, what is the difference? Thank you, Ikuya.
And let's talk about older days as well, because obviously you came to sixth form in London. So what was the difference in like educational system and like? Because for me, seeing like being in secondary school and seeing like an African come into like the UK, they were always smarter than us, like always. Always.
Nah, I thought that different.
Brag.
Everyone's always said that. Like everyone I spoke to and said this have always said like there's no way that an African coming to the UK is gonna be dumber than us. There's no way, like in this earth.
Maybe your experience, my experience is different from that. But
I don't agree
because because I feel like from my early experience of like Africans coming here, maybe like I would view or like us, my class or like where I grew up in school and stuff, they kind of look down at them. We used to call them fresh off the boat and all of this.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're not smart.
Yeah, but then like we kind of had that connotation of putting on them that they might not be as smart, they might be dumb, they might not speak proper. Obviously, they won't speak proper English.
You just couldn't see if they were smart or not.
We couldn't perceive, because of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they definitely were 100%. Like they were always top of the class. Like they knew more. They were especially maths. Their
brain is screwed on.
If you're from Nigeria as well.
I think Okay, so we had a conversation recently on Independence Day. A couple of Ghanaian societies from different unis had like a talk. And one girl made the comment that because someone was saying that she feels like the Ghanaian educational system is not the best. And one girl who actually went through it and goes to uni here now, she was saying that she feels like it really does prepare you for education abroad. It's a lot harsher, I think.
So was the girl that said she feels like the education system in Ghana is not as good here?
She went to an international school.
In Ghana?
In Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the other girl that went to like a local school in Ghana.
It's not a local school. She probably still went to like a private school, but there's different levels to private schools. Do you know what I mean? Like you have the private schools that do GCSEs, like international GCSEs, and you have an A levels, and you have the private schools that still do the West African educational system. So they do something called WASI and BCE and all these.
Did you have West African like?
No. I did IGCSEs and A levels.
Well, because of the fact that it was in like an international school.
Yeah.
Okay. And was there more stricture over there?
Did you finish though? What you were saying? What she said? It prepares you.
Oh yeah. So she was just making the point that a lot of people.
Just continue.
A lot of people look down on the educational system in Ghana, but she feels like it genuinely like prepared her, because the thing is they are very strict, but because they're that strict, like a lot of people end up being very studious and they know exactly what's in that textbook, like do you know what I mean? And I think when you make the comparison between going to school in Ghana and going to school here, I think you need to think about the level of education, because I went from going to a private school in Ghana to a state school here. So like the people that you're talking about who are smarter, like you also need to think about that aspect as well.
What type of school they went to? In Africa?
Yeah.
And even like within the UK, like even in London, different schools have different like levels of teaching as well.
Yeah. And even you have to consider the fact that if you have the opportunity to move from Africa to here, like whoever is moving you is probably telling you like you need to pattern, like you need to make sure you get good grades. I didn't bring you here for no reason. Like they're gonna appreciate the opportunity a lot more than people
and I definitely feel like in the UK we do not value education. Like I've seen that a lot even within myself. I feel like I started valuing education last year, 2019, when I moved abroad. Like before then, I didn't do my university work. In secondary school, sixth form, I was a bad student because I would just talk. You get your work done because you have to for your exams and stuff, but the actual learning process, you don't value it. And leaving the country, like I really started to value education and really see what I can get from it. So we really don't value education.
I agree.
UK,
I feel like it's because of the fact that like it's like we feel like it's a chore to go into school. And because obviously we don't pay we pay, but we don't pay in the sense of like our parents actually paying out of their pocket like that. It's taxed through the system. So because of the fact that it's like taxed through the system, we're just like, oh yeah, school's free, whatever. It's really not free. I don't think
it's not free.
It's not free.
And that's why people need to understand that, going to university, we are paying for this shit. So you better use it and use it properly. Don't go and do bullshit. Go and use the resources that we have that are free. When I went to America, my teacher used to say like, guys, this is free, but you're paying for it. It's not free.
It's not free.
You are paying for these resources. It is not free. Use them. And it's so true. Like, we really think that uni's not free. Like, school's not free.
In America, it's even a lot different.
And it's more expensive in America as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, student loans is a big deal in America.
Yeah,
like, super
it really
big deal.
is.
I feel like here it's not that big of a deal because it's like if you're not earning enough, like you don't have to pay it type of thing. So I feel like a lot of people don't see it as a real debt. Like, it's not really considered like a real debt.
No, it is though.
Is it?
Yeah, definitely. Like people just feel like, why should I go to uni and end up with this big debt? Like, it's a big deal. Because it's only after certain years where it gets cut off, not like straight after.
But that's after a long time, like especially in this country, it's like after
a
30
long
years.
time. After a long time.
No, the reason I was saying that was because I was speaking to a financial advisor at my uni, and she was telling me how like they don't really see student debt as like real debt, because it's like if you can't afford to pay, you don't have to.
Maybe she doesn't, but it's
a
real
debt.
Debt. People are paying off, like my family members are paying off the family debt. You go to work, you're paying it off. Like you're gonna be earning a good amount of money after university, and you're going to be paying that off.
Exactly, because it will tax you in your tax record.
Like
that.
that's coming out your paycheck.
But yeah, we're talking too much about finance. Maybe that can be another episode. Let's bring it back to
Not
the
really, but
yeah,
okay.
but kind of like
Not school, but okay.
school and But now Effe, coming back to the UK and studying in the UK, what was that like for you?
Okay, so
Speak up a bit as well. You can.
before I moved, I thought it was gonna be super easy. Like, I thought I was gonna rock up to school and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, look at this new girl! I must befriend her." Because in Accra, like especially in my school, because we had very small classes. Like in the whole year, there would only be 40 people. So we were kind of like a family, like and
in a whole year, 40 people.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
We were kind of like a family.
So how many people in a class?
20.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's
That
classes?
even like increased over the years. Like it used to be 16, then it was 18, then 20.
So there's 2 classes.
Yeah, 2
Mad.
classes for every year.
Was it like a new international school then?
When I started in reception, it was new.
Okay.
It was established in 2002. Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas
Very new.
there were more established international schools in the country. And other schools have bigger classes as well, but ours was just a very small school. And so we were kind of like a family. So anyone new who came, like we kind of embraced them and we tried to embrace them as much as possible. Because you knew who was new.
That's unheard of though, to be fair, in like schools.
Not necessarily.
Some schools, like lots of schools, you don't really hear like family. Stuff
Nah,
like
with my school, I think it depends on the dynamic, innit? Because in my form class, we were very close. Like, in my school, it was just my form. My secondary school, we were like this.
Yeah.
Like, my year group was like this.
I was going to say, your year group in particular always shocks me because you guys were so close.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that kind of thing in my year group. And I thought it would be like that.
Did you guys go to the same school?
Nah.
Oh.
But went to the same sixth form, but obviously we weren't in the same...
The same
I wasn't
year,
there when
the
she
same
was
year
there.
bracket, and yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Effe, yeah, continue. I could interrupt you.
What were we talking about?
International school, and then when you moved to the UK.
Yeah. So when new people came, like you knew, like, and it was almost like your responsibility to make them feel welcome. And so when I came here, I thought that was going to be the case. I didn't know classes were that big. I didn't know year groups could be more than 100 people.
This is in sixth form. Because even in sixth form, classes were really small.
Yeah.
Very small.
The classes are small, but the year group is really big. And you can imagine like me walking in on my first day in, you know how they have the, what's that place called? The refectory.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like
on the
the
first
study
day
room place.
On the first, where
Refectory?
people eat lunch and stuff.
Is it in the small room or the actual big study?
No, the small room.
Oh, okay.
So on the first day of
Damn.
school, walked in, they were like, everyone go to the refectory, and it was like over 100 people.
What?
And, like
The refectory is the small room next to the office, no?
next to
The
canteen.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the tiny room. And
What?
they
With
put us all in
computers?
there.
With computers?
No, there's no computers, just couches. You know the place with computers?
Yeah.
Then there's the cafeteria thing.
Yeah.
And right opposite it.
Oh, so like the study room place.
The refectory, yeah.
Yeah,
It's called the
okay.
refectory.
I thought you meant like the one with the computer room.
No,
That's what I was
no.
thinking, what? That's tiny.
The refectory. And like I didn't know what to do. And I asked this girl, I actually walked in with a girl and she was speaking to me and I asked her like, oh, can you introduce me to people? And all she did was like, hi guys, this is her, she's new. Hi guys, this is her, she's new. And that was it. Like that was actually it.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be a thing where people would know that I was new and so people would approach me. But because it was a thing that like there were externals coming from different schools and like apparently that year there was a lot of externals as well. So people just kind of did their own thing.
Like
People,
everyone was new.
everyone was new.
Okay.
And people came with their friends as well. People already knew people at the school. So yeah, it was very difficult because I was just kind of like, I don't know what to do.
Because even with me going to that sixth form, I'm external as well, so I was new.
Oh, okay.
But I still had friends. But if my friends are not in, I'm by myself because
Yeah.
I ain't going to no one
You're
else. You know what I
starting
mean?
fresh.
Like, yeah, because no, I knew people there, but I think that's just me in general. Like, I'm just a person to myself. So if my friends are not in, or I don't see someone that like I'm proper cool with, even if I know you, I'm not gonna come chill with you.
You just keep.
I'll be to myself.
Yeah, you keep to yourself.
Yeah.
That's interesting because like my sixth form, I stayed at my school when we had a sixth form before we closed down, so I knew
Right.
lots of the people there.
Oh
Anyway,
damn, it closed down.
yeah, the sixth one closed down.
That's
Why?
sad.
It's I think it's just because they didn't have enough money to fund it or something like that.
Damn.
That's sad.
Yeah, it just turned into academy recently anyway. But
Oh, No, my school's an academy. My secondary school's an academy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we keep interrupting Effe. Keep continue, madam.
No,
that's
she wasn't
it.
interrupted.
Yeah, that was it. Like, it was just very
You're
difficult
confused, mate.
because, like, there was so many
something.
people, and I didn't really know how to navigate that. Because I thought people would be welcoming to me, and another thing was, like I said, I went to the same school from when I was like 5 up until I was 16, and so I'd never been the new kid before, and so I didn't know how to like navigate that in a whole new country as well. Like, it was just very difficult.
That would have been difficult. You're actually in a different
did you
country.
get your sense of like? This is going to be an interesting word. Identity crisis.
From moving schools.
From moving countries and then moving into different schools.
I don't think my identity crisis came from moving schools. Like, yeah, I don't think it came from that. I think my identity crisis came later on when, like, because one interesting thing about growing up in, I guess, Africa is that you don't really think about race. Like,
yeah, definitely. Race is not a thing.
race isn't a thing.
Because
Like,
everybody just looks the same.
not even that. Like, as long as you're from there,
It's true, but everybody looks the same, isn't it?
as long as you're from there and like you have a black parent, they'll just call you Ghanaian. Like, you're accepted as a Ghanaian, and that's it. Even though you're light skinned, even though they'll point out you're light skinned,
You're black, innit?
it's not like they're trying to other you. It's more like, I'm just pointing out your skin color, literally.
Yeah.
Do you know, that's actually interesting because I feel like, I don't know, if I was mixed and had gone to, I think it depends on, I guess it depends if you grow up in Ghana or not, because like I would find it annoying, like being a mixed person going to Ghana and someone always saying, oh, Obroni, every day.
What does Obroni mean?
It means white.
Ah, okay.
Obroni, and it's just like, because I see how they treat my cousin. It's just, it's jarring. It's just like every day, Obroni. It's like, chill, like, fam.
It's because they're fascinated though.
Why are you fascinated?
Why you?
Because everyone's black.
You're not black,
Everyone's black.
but you're mixed.
But everyone's black. Like, I would say, like,
Did they call you Obroni?
I mean, people who don't know me, yeah.
I think it depends if you grew up there as well, because you obviously had the accent and everything as well. So if you're coming from
But before I
abroad,
speak, they see my skin color.
But are there a lot of lighter skinned Ghanaians anyway?
I mean,
I guess so.
Because I know Nigerians, we have like kind of fair people as well, but
I don't
That's
think it's on the
different,
scale of Nigerians. I don't, because I feel like there's a lot of light-skinned Nigerians.
there is a lot.
I don't think it's on that kind of level. There's definitely like light-skinned Ghanaians, but I think you can also just tell the difference between a mixed race person.
yeah, I
and
feel
Yeah,
like
you
just
can-
because you're
you
light
can,
skin doesn't mean that
yeah.
you're not gonna be, you're black.
But I will say, like, if you are very light, they will still call you a brony. Like,
Is it?
there was a woman I knew who worked at a
Fucking hell.
hairdresser's. Like, she was really like, she was like my skin color. Not now when I'm tanned. And yeah, if she walks down the street, they'll still say that, like, almost to tease her, because it's like, why are you so light skinned?
What the hell? Oh my
Yeah.
god,
That's mad, bro.
How was your experience in school?
My experience in school and being African.
Yeah.
Um.
And your experience with like maybe people coming from Africa, you kind of touched on it, but go
Yeah,
into more
let me
depth.
go into detail. So like me going into secondary school, I kind of knew at the point I was an African, but I never like understood what an African was.
In terms of
In terms of like just understanding that I'm Nigerian, like I'm a black person. My family are here. You know.
you weren't conscious of like your race and
Yeah,
your
I
culture,
weren't conscious.
of
I
your
just-
identity.
Yeah, I wasn't, because all my life up to probably the point where I went to university, I was a lot of the time around black people. So that's why I went to a black primary school. I went to 3 black primary schools. Went to a black secondary school. Went to a black sixth form. So I'd never really at that age around 11. I was just there. I just didn't think about it. You know what I mean? I was just vibes in. I think.
As you should, though.
Yeah,
As you
exactly.
should.
But then this is where
In the ideal world, didn't it?
we should be vibing. You know what I mean? But that's when
Reality hits.
reality hits.
You're black.
Because like there was this thing of like, you all know back in the day, queer Africans, Caribbeans, we always
gonna
used to
ask.
be.
I was
And
gonna
Ghana
ask,
versus Nigeria.
I really want to know if you guys were proud to be African when you were growing up.
I was
Do you want to start?
In school,
in school,
in like the wider society.
because I weren't really privy to the wider society in terms of like, I never put my eye onto the ground of it. But like in terms of like being proud. Yeah, I'm still proud to be African.
Can you like go into like proud, like go into more depth about it?
Okay, so I don't doubt that you guys were proud as to be African, like in terms of within yourselves. Like, of course, you won't deny being African or anything. I think at home, like, you loved your culture and like you wanted to do more to be in touch with your culture. But
I don't agree with that. Cause I don't think I wanted to do more to be in touch with my culture. Because I feel like I felt that was my culture. Do you know what I mean? I didn't see more than that until I got older and I realized, oh wait, there's something there that I'm missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I can't lie. I knew I was that, but like there was something new. So like my knowledge of understanding being African now is different to like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but like going back to what I'm saying, yeah.
Wait, can she? Wait, who was talking?
I was
the question.
You asked.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Did you finish the question?
Not really. But
Alright, go on.
Maybe hold your question. Let him finish what he was saying, and then come back and ask
Okay.
us.
Because I'm not even gonna take long on that one.
Yeah,
But
go
basically,
ahead.
like reality hitting because like there was this thing that started, which I mentioned earlier on podcast, like fresh off the boat and stuff like that. So all Africans are fresh off the boat, and then this thing of like Forbes.
I hate
hated that
Oh my
word.
God.
I hated that word so much. I hated the fact that like even though Ebola was tied to like Africa and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If
God,
you're African, you have Ebola and all
Oh
of
my
that.
God.
And it's like there's always a sense of war between the Caribbeans and the Africans. And then sometimes the Nigerians will come out, and sometimes the Nigerians will come out, and then the Ghanaians will go outside with the Caribbeans. So I'm like, raw, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I swear Nigerians and Ghanaians actually hated each other.
we hated each other.
It's so weird.
I was even speaking to my friend the other day about how like the whole Nigerian jollof versus Ghanaian jollof thing, it doesn't exist in Ghana. Like,
Really?
I think it's you guys, honestly.
No, because I've heard Africans mention it. I feel like a lot of Africans
I think it's
do
become a
mention
thing
it.
now, but I feel
Nah,
like
I think
it was
it's always
started-
been a thing.
Because
But
I've always seen it.
it's always been a thing.
It
Maybe not in
hasn't.
Africa, in the UK, yeah.
That's what
but
she's saying.
That's what I'm
so.
saying.
yeah. But like,
I've seen like people in Africa, like me on socials, like talk about it.
Definitely on socials now, but like before, it was never a thing.
do you know why it's on social now though? It's because of these review people reviewing different African food.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
the reason why this is
Yeah,
about.
that's
This
part
has
of
been
the reason why.
No, it's not. This
But
is
it
very
happened-
recent
it
thing.
happened-
This
yeah.
has been going on for a very long time.
Yeah, but we're talking about on social media now though.
Yeah, and I'm talking about social media. I'm not talking about this whole what Americans are doing. That is irrelevant because they're actually just. That's a whole different topic, honestly. That one is actually ridiculous.
Yeah,
like,
I can't lie.
but not in terms of that, but just in terms of Africans in general, Nigerians and Ghanaians. I've seen it on social media, like them talking about, oh, what jollof is better.
Yeah, I even though I like playing in it, I find it dumb because it's just like.
I find it annoying. And do you know what? You would like do some things when we first met.
Hey, listen.
About
I don't speak for the whole country though. I
And
speak
you know
for
what?
myself.
And you know what?
Please.
No, I think you even said something on a podcast.
Yeah, what?
The first one we did, you mentioned something about Nigeria or something. Like,
What did I say?
like, you know, the whole like it's kind of like the whole battle thing. And my friend was watching it. She was like, she looked at me like, huh? Because it's like people still do that. And I was thinking, yeah, people still do that shit.
It's still like on the road though. It's still in us.
No, not in me.
Is it me or?
Yeah, you. Not in me. That is so childish.
And
No,
like, people bring
that
it
is
up
so
at such
childish.
But do you know
annoying
it-
times.
It's no, honestly, no shade to you.
Yeah.
It is so childish. It
Yeah,
is
I
so
can't lie, it's-
pathetic, and it's just like, ugh.
Like literally,
Stop!
like someone will be minding their business under their comments. Nigeria versus Ghana jollof. I'm just like,
Why?
where's the relevance?
Like, I can't lie though. With the Nigeria Nigeria versus Ghana Jollof, yeah, it's just like I think for me it's for banter. But like if we're being really,
I don't
really
find it
serious-
funny.
I find me personally, I find it funny.
You're
Just
childish.
because, yeah, it's just shut up.
I don't think it makes sense.
There's
I don't think it makes sense because even within
why is
Ghana,
it funny though?
No, it's just because it's like when you've grown up on that thing of like battling in Nigeria versus Ghana. Like for
But I
me,
grew up on
for
it
me,
too.
for me, it kind of is still in for lots of people. It's kind of it's still kind of been instilled in you in a
Yeah, I
way.
think
So, but like I don't know, but like,
Let's not get
she
cultural.
lied.
but like.
I think Nigerians are still bitter.
Nah, we're not bitter, please. I beg, we're not bitter. But like, for me, it turns out I think it's all down to the cook. If you're shit at cooking, you're shit at cooking.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say because I feel
It
like
is.
people act like there's one recipe that every single Ghanaian follows and every single Nigerian follows. Like we all.
the Senegal follow it. But I can't lie, the Senegal,
different.
apparently the way they cook it, apparently is the nicest one though.
But
I wouldn't know. I
what
haven't
does that
tasted
mean?
it,
What
but,
do you mean
like,
the
yeah.
way they cook it? Because everyone cooks different.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. That's what I said. Apparently,
It
because
doesn't
that's
make
the,
sense.
that's the problem is, yeah, we like when we, and this is in general in society, yeah.
I have
This is
a
a comment on
question.
society, yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
We like to generalize. So when we see one thing of one thing, we like to put it in that bracket, and then when you see other things on another thing, we put it into that bracket. That's how we
Yeah.
are in society. That's how we manage society because it makes it easier for us to comprehend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, what's your question?
Do you put bell peppers in your jollof?
I'm crying.
Yes.
Okay.
Do
Apparently
you?
that's a Nigerian way.
No, do you mean
It
like
is-
bell?
I think it is more Nigerian than Ghanaian.
Do you
but
think
your
bell?
mum
Do you mean
does.
bell peppers
Yeah.
in terms
Really
of
nice
blending it?
Yeah, and blending.
Yeah, we do that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Nigerian way.
It's nice though.
Very.
Yeah.
'Cause my mum's jollof rice is.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I've
Sweet.
tried Ghanaian jollof rice. Yeah, it's actually nice.
Who Ghanaian jollof?
I've had it in the past. I said I've had it.
Whose
I
mother
don't-
was it?
I don't remember the person, but I remember in the past. I think it was maybe like a church event or something, and I tried it. It was actually
This
decent.
difference is
But
the
what
rice
does
we
that
use. I
mean?
guess it's the rice we use.
But
Basmati
that's the
versus.
only
Yeah, but
thing.
Nigerians,
Bullet
some
rice.
Nigerians, bullet rice. Anyway, let's not talk about that Ghanaian jollof, you know, whatever. But like, going back to what I was saying about my experience, I think like it was just mad just because of the fact that we're just constantly always battling, and then like Africans in general got called out and stuff like that. I don't remember what, so I can't tell you, but it's sometimes there was parts with me where like I had to question myself, like, am I really proud to be African? Am I really an African? And that's probably subconsciously, not maybe
Yeah.
consciously,
Oh, okay.
but like
As in
Word,
subconsciously
word.
questioning. or-
questioning subconsciously.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're not
yeah,
in the
yeah,
forefront of my mind, innit?
Okay, yeah.
So,
yeah.
It for me, but in general, I was proud to be African. There was a lot of Africans, there was a lot of Caribbeans. We were just all black people. We just saw each other as one. We got to that point where as like society was growing from that African versus Caribbean into just like everybody mixes with each other and loves each other.
Yeah.
That's the generation we grew up through. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we saw the change. So the older generation are probably still on that now. We're just different, really. So I've
Yeah.
kind of moved with the times. So I still love to be African, but I accept everybody for who they are.
Me personally, I don't know. It's weird because I guess it's like I was proud to be African. I was proud to be Ghanaian, anyways. Even though African, maybe Ghanaian, but there was definitely like because we grew up in a society that is very anti-African. I definitely had that in me as well.
Yeah.
Like for example, like my name is an African name, so like I didn't use my full name for most of the years of my life. I started to use my full name like this part of my life because my name was very African and
Is
I
that,
didn't like
is
it.
that especially in school, like, especially what the teachers like Aquia?
They didn't say my surname.
They didn't even say
You
your-
don't say people's surnames. You just say their name.
Oh, they didn't say surnames when they did the register.
No,
Maybe like for the very first time.
no.
No, obviously no, not now. I'm talking about it for the very first time. Maybe they didn't know how to say the surname and stuff like that.
I don't remember them saying surnames. Because why would you say surname?
Wow.
Unless someone has the same name. So they'll be like, oh, Sarah, this one. That's Sarah. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah. But like,
Like-
your name, the pronunciation of your name, it
I was always wrong.
just annoying.
Always wrong.
Yeah.
Always wrong. All the time. Like,
My
to this
friend
day.
called you Effe yesterday.
What?
Not even the same name.
What friend is this?
Effie,
I'll tell you later.
Oh my
Don't want to bait
god.
him on the.
Oh
the
my
internet.
god.
I met one Aquia before you, so I kept saying Aquia. She's like, no, just forget it. Just forget it.
God, everyone gets my name wrong like all the time. Like even some Ghanaians say Akua. Yeah.
Like diasporans.
no. And then
Huh?
auntie Akua. Maybe they just do it because they want to.
It all depends.
anyone
It's
say
down
that.
to the individual, innit? It just depends on how because
They shouldn't do that.
what if they don't know how to say it and it just being
Then ask.
Then
then
that's not my problem.
ask.
That's your problem.
yeah, but then you will have fans of you that would just call you Akua and they won't
They
even
shouldn't
realize.
call me
So
that. They
ask.
shouldn't call me that.
But what if a fan came up to the street and they saw your name and they say, okay, I like what Akua does. I'm just using that for example.
Yeah, and I'll say that Mr. Queer. Sometimes I don't correct people though. Sometimes I just can't
Yeah,
be bothered.
it's not every day, fam. You can't fight it. But
No,
like,
I-
obviously, I get where
No,
you're
I'm
coming
not saying
from.
I can
like,
fight it, but I'm just literally just saying people get my name wrong all the time.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I get what you're saying.
and no one gets my name right ever. I think there was one person that got my name right, but that's because he knew someone that was called a queer before, and someone else. Nah, yeah, people get my name wrong all the time. But what I was saying before is I've always been proud to be Ghanaian, but I don't think I was proud to be African as a whole. 'Cause
Okay.
obviously, growing up in a society that's anti-African, like as I said, like not using my full name because my full name was very African, and I would say, oh yeah, my name's Brown, my surname's Brown.
Do you say your surname was Brown?
Yes.
Whoa!
Chill, guys. Chill out, man. What the?
That's embarrassing.
No, but you know what? It wasn't because they were African. It's because just giving them like a random surname.
Crying.
A random surname. So yeah, not because my surname was Boafo, but just because like maybe I don't want someone to know my surname.
A queer
Not
brown.
because the African aspect of it.
That doesn't sound right at all. A queer brown, you know.
Or like maybe I would say like, oh, because like I don't look Ghanaian to people. Like in secondary school, I might be like, oh yeah, I'm half Portuguese, and people believe me.
Oh no.
Yeah, literally.
I can't lie. To be fair, on that I deceived my friend for like 3 years. I told him I was Brazilian.
3 years.
I could see that.
Yeah, I can see it as well.
Brazil.
Yeah, I can see it as well. You know.
Well done.
He's like, are you sure?
But yeah, like,
I can see it as well.
I did see my friend for 3 years. They just like, oh, you're half Brazilian. Then I said like, no, I'm not Brazilian. Where'd you get that from? I said, you told me. I was like, oh no, that's a joke still. And you got vexed.
Yeah. Things like that, or like even like within society, Portuguese people that were black would say I'm from Portugal, but you're black.
Exactly.
You can't be Portuguese. Like, do you know what I mean? You're from a different country, huh?
Can you not?
No, it's a European country. You can't be black.
If
But
you're
like-
Brazilian and black, that's a different situation.
No, is it not like being displaced? Like, have they not been displaced?
But you're from a country.
Oh, I thought like there were genuinely like black Portuguese people.
No,
who
there's
have been
not. Like, you're from
displaced.
you're from somewhere in Africa, Angola, Cape Verde, Guinea
Oh, I didn't know
Bissau.
that.
These Portuguese people that just like, you know.
I thought they were like descendants of slaves. Like, I didn't
No,
know
they're not
they
descendants
were-
of slaves. They're literally just.
Oh.
No, the Portuguese had slaves.
Yeah.
They had an
Yeah.
empire for a while as well.
Yeah, so I thought like black Portuguese people were generally like Portuguese, like they didn't
No,
know
I
their
think there's
African
Portuguese
roots.
people that like are light skinned that have brown in them that maybe are like have lived in Portugal for ages and maybe I don't know if
But
they know where they're
still
from.
kind of like tanned white.
Yeah, like
people, so,
tanned.
like,
Yeah, they're tanned. They're
they'd
not
still
black.
Be considered white because they're European as well.
Really?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
Mediterranean, isn't it? Like the Mediterranean
that'd
skin.
be
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not Mediterranean, but
Yeah, they're tanned, but the black Portuguese people that are black, as in black like me,
yeah,
they're not Portuguese. They're
I
from
don't
an
know
African
that
country.
because I've met like fully black people
that say they're from Portugal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I thought like it was a genuine thing.
No, it's not a thing. They're literally African, but
Yikes.
maybe they're born in Portugal or their family are from Portugal, but
They
they're
could
not
be, like,
from.
4th, 5th generation either.
Yeah,
you know, like-
yeah.
And at that point, you consider
Okay.
yourself like from there, even though like your lineage is
Yeah.
Portuguese.
And people are literally just embarrassed to say they're African country. Like, I've known a lot of people that just don't want to be classed as African. And that's because of the society we lived in. Hopefully now they identify with being African, but like living in the UK, if you're from a Portuguese-speaking country, I'm from Portugal, but you're really from
Yeah.
Angola.
Yeah.
Like, that was the society we grew up in. So yeah, I was proud to be Ghanaian, but there was definitely an anti-Africanness in our society
Yeah.
growing up, and that definitely affected me.
Okay. So it did that. I think it affected everybody on some stage.
100%.
Anyway,
I had to.
must have. Anyone who's African or even black in general or whoever, like, did you have an identity questions? Put it in the comments below. Let's have a discussion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.